Good evening, everybody. Tonight's live Facebook feed will be geared for the children. So if there are any parents out there, please gather your children around the computer, whatever device you might have. I think they will enjoy this. Feel free to stay too. This live feed is for everybody. I'd like to read you guys a nice bedtime story that my father used to read to me when I was a kid back in Brooklyn, back in the late 1960s. I can remember being in my room and my dad would come in and read this to me. And it brings back so many cherished memories. The story he read to me was this one. It's called The Gas We Pass, The Story of Farts by Dibitetto. The Gas We Pass, The Story of Farts by Dibitetto. When an elephant farts, the farts are really big. There's the elephant, and there's the fart noise. Boom! It was so powerful and big, he knocked over the little boy and his father, or his grandfather, or his uncle, or whoever that might be. People fart too. Bubbles rise. Plip, plip, plip. You see, the little boy is in the bathtub with an older man. I don't know if that's his father, his older brother, or uncle, but if you are a little boy, you should check with your parents to see if you should be in a bathtub with a older man. Here you see the little bubbles coming from the little boy's coolie, like we used to call it when I was a kid. See the bubbles rising? Plip, plip, plip. I'm sure maybe everybody's farts sound differently, but according to the author of this book, a fart that is made in a bathtub sounds like plip, plip, plip. When you eat or drink, you swallow air. And if you eat or drink in a big hurry, you swallow a whole lot of air. Here we have the little boy with his mommy and daddy at the dinner table. And you could see they're eating rather hastily. It's almost like my family on every Sunday. Now, I don't know if this is the man that was in the bathtub with the little boy the previous page, but they're eating happily together. And that's the time a family should be together. Every evening, enjoying dinner. But don't eat too fast, because when you eat fast, you swallow a whole lot of air. You should take your time when you eat. Digest it. Look, even the little kitty is eating with them. What a lovely family. The air that escaped through your mouth becomes a burp. There's the man. See, he burped. And obviously the sound of a burp is burp. When it comes out the hole in your bottom, it's a fart, also called passing gas. See, the whole family The mommy burped, the daddy burped, but the little boy, he burped through his hole in the bottom. Even the little pet burped. I don't know if that's a cat or a hedgehog, but everybody is burping and farting together. It's one big happy farting and burping family. Are you enjoying the story so far, boys and girls? That's good. The path of air and food. This is your body. Goes in the mouth, down the esophagus, into the stomach, into the small intestines, large intestines. That's the path your food takes. It takes at least a good day for a good digestive system. Besides coming from the air you swallow, farts come from the gases found in your large intestine. These gases are made when leftover food is broken down by bacteria, rots, and becomes poop. That's why, boys and girls, that's why farts stink. Here's the intestine, there's the piece of food, and it's passing through the bacteria. A healthy person releases almost half a cup of gas in a single fart. That's about 3.5 ounces. 3.5 ounces measured in a small bottle would look like this. See that? In one day, just over 2 cups of gas are released in farts. That's about 17 ounces, or just over half a quart. That's how many bottles it would be. Or if you have a really big fart problem, it would probably fill up the fish tank that's behind me. If you try too hard to hold your farts, your stomach may hurt. You could get dizzy, or you could get a headache. So don't hold them in, boys and girls. Pass that gas. It's healthy. And it's okay to fart. Don't be ashamed. When you begin to fart after an operation, it means your intestines have started working again. This poor man went in for an operation, and now he's fine because he's farting again. Farting is good. Farting is healthy. It makes people happy. It sounds silly, and it makes people laugh. Some farts smell bad, and some don't. When you fart after eating meat, fish, eggs, or things like that, your farts smell really bad. See the little kitty looking at all the bad foods? It really depends upon your diet, boys and girls. So tell your mommies and daddies to give you a healthy diet. Not all that sugar and bad stuff. It's no good for you. You have to eat healthy. Eat your vegetables and fruits. It's the best thing for you. No junk food. When you fart after eating sweet potatoes or beans, however, they don't smell very much at all. There's our little pet, who's either half kitten and half hedgehog, looking at the sweet potatoes. He knows not to eat those things. That's why the farts of animals that eat meat smell so terrible. Here we have the lion at the zoo, and he farted. See, it says baroom. And the zookeeper is holding his nose. He can't take the smell of the lion's fart because the lions eat raw meat. And he's running out of there, running for his life. He's either going to die of smelling the fart or the lion will eat him. And that man will turn into a fart. The farts of animals who eat things like potatoes and grass, such as elephants, rhinos, and hippos, don't smell that bad. But eating potatoes or grass causes lots of gas to build up in their intestines, which makes them fart a lot. Now here we have this hippo in the same zoo. He farted, see, baroom. And the zookeeper doesn't mind as much as when the lion farted. He's tending to his business, probably sweeping up the rhino poop. Animals such as skunks and stink bugs protect themselves by letting out a smelly fluid from near the holes in their bottoms. This is not farting. Here we have the skunk. It's more a self-defense mechanism. And look at the poor man and the little boy. They just fell back. That's how powerful. But the skunk was not farting. He probably thought the little boy and the man were going to hurt him. So he used his self-defense mechanism. He did a handstand and fart, but didn't fart, let out. That's why skunks smell, but they're not farting. Nature is amazing, isn't it, boys and girls? And that's the story of farts. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story, boys and girls. Tomorrow's story, I don't know. Maybe it'll be, what is a sneeze? Now go to bed and listen to your mommies and daddies. Good night, boys and girls. And thank you, parents, for bringing your children here tonight. I have to go because that story made me want to poop.